Today, I'm going to be breaking down Asake's new track, 230, where, as usual, I'm going to be talking you through the various elements that I'm picking up on as we go through it. Now, if you want to, by all means, go ahead, grab yourself a pair of headphones, listen along with me, and let me know some of the things that you picked up on. Also, if you have an artist or a track that you would like me to check out, break down, review, whatever it is that you want to call it, then yeah, go ahead and pop that into the comments. Let's get it!
Ọlọ́ládé mi Asake. Àwa lọmọ tó ń sọ tí ó ṣèké. Orímọ̀ládé gbé mi dé bẹ́ẹ̀. Jìgàn ẹsẹ̀ mi ò délẹ̀. Àlàyé mi stop ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó fẹ́ jẹ́ bí, mo tún fẹ́ jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó pọ̀sẹ̀. Àgbáwo fẹ́nu fò fẹ́ sún sẹ́yìn. Àmọ́ra wa ṣe gẹ́ẹ̀tì. Abínibí yàtọ̀ sábìlìtì. Ẹ sọ fún wọn tó bá tẹ́rìsì. Wọ́n máa pa lórí ìtẹnukọ́ ìlú.
Okay, that's absolutely banging, man. It's absolutely banging. Okay, right, what do we do? Okay, right, let's start with the intro. Okay, so firstly, really like the opening keys playing those chords. Soft, subtle, but they really complement the beat. If you listen to the beat, the kick drum is soft, the snare's dry, it's not too big and in your face. So yeah, keys, I love the chords, but they really complement that beat really well. We also get sort of like these vocal phrases and sounds, but they're different as well, right? Throughout that intro, just adding a nice touch to it as we kind of go through. In addition to that, we get this male vocal run, right? Where it sounds like a male vocal run anyway. And we also get this effect, right? Which is just, again, another nice touch to add to the intro. Then we get into the first verse, right? And we get opened up with these beautiful strings, man. And again, for anybody that's been watching me for a while, you know I absolutely love strings, especially if they're used and executed well. Which in this case, they absolutely are, and they just bring a nice richness and a warmth to the opening of that verse. Vocally, we get layers, and on occasion, those layers are even offset. But there's also a part, right, where those vocals are not only being layered, but they got a lot of reverb on there, which gives it this kind of big, wide, kind of spacious vocals, which again is real nice. And then we get a complete and utter switch up, right? We go from this kind of what I would say melody driven opening verse to now where everything is just absolutely stripped back and we're being led by, to me, what sounds like a synth. And this is just creating a whole new vibe. But at the same time, sticking with the vibe of the track that we've kind of been led up to, right? It's bouncing all over the place. You know, it is creating its own rhythm. But what I really like about it, which again is just facilitating and complementing it really well, is we get these drummer boy snares and they're being doubled and tripled up. It's absolutely banging track. Definitely going on the playlist.
Promising, I want a fun. Torí kò sẹ́lù mi, many fẹ́ dàbí mi ẹ̀rí bí. Ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́run tóbi, mo dàṣọ ẹbí for my country. You can call me Mr. Money.
Listen to that, man. Yeah, back with the strings now.
Bóyá ká tọ́nà ilẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. Tó tàbí fẹ́ lù, bóyá ká tọ́nà ilẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀.
Okay, just while we're in a bit of an interlude in the video, you notice on the chorus there, right, they kind of bring everything back in, right? We get those strings, which again is, and you know what, actually, now that we had that part of the track where it's all stripped back and it's being led by that synth, you notice how when that chorus comes in, it just feels, man, it just feels so much nicer and so much warmer and richer, especially when those strings come in and those vocals. Mate, it's just spot on, man. Now that's a nice transition. Listen to the music. See that?
Tranquility, I no get time to the format.
Oh, sick, bro.
Define stability like a badger, money long infinity. What's the chances, what's the probability to see a better version of me with agility? Don't you count the reality, open principalities and calamity.
Key change as well, mate.
Still get money like 50, dripping like Fiji,
Okay, right, I'm going to take this back a little bit, right, because I just want... Right, now, do you know what I find do you know what I find amazing about music, man? Especially with people who know what they're doing. Right, just pay attention here, right? So now, a lot of you, and also I'll be interested to pop in the comments below, right, like what it is that you're hearing, because people hear music very, very differently, right? Now, so a lot of you may be hearing the rhythm of that synth and you know, the shakers and basically the core percussion elements, right? For me, the rhythm that I'm vibing to, right, is actually the rhythm of his vocal delivery, right? And if you can, just for a moment, right, even if you have to play it back, close your eyes and try and separate out the drums and that synth, to then and pay attention to the rhythm of those, but then separate out the rhythm of the vocals, right? And you will notice they're not even comparable. They're not even close. They're completely different. So what I hear and the rhythm that I vibe to is the rhythm that's being set by his vocal delivery. Right, I love that synth and the drums and all that because it all adds to it. It makes it what it is. But the rhythm in my eyes is being led by his vocals, man. And it's just, again, it's just absolutely spot on. Let me take it back a few. Just pay attention to that.
Ability to see a better version of me with agility. Don't you count the reality, open principalities and calamity.
Oh, I love that key change, bro. Harmonies as well. Listen to those strings. Kind of seeing us out with the same way that they brought us in. That's absolutely banging track, mate. Don't care what anyone says. Okay, so quick summary of the track. Kicking off with the intro then. So we get these soft, subtle keys and they complement the beat really, really well. The kick drum is soft. The snare is dry and subtle. And, you know, there's some points where you wouldn't even know the snare was there. But yeah, keys really complement that beat. We also get a variety of vocal sounds and phrases. We get a little effect in there and both of those things together. Nice bit of ear candy, adding something additional to that intro. We also get a male vocal run, right? And again, just really, really nice touch on the intro. We go from that into the first verse where we're opened up with these warm, rich strings, and they're just absolutely lovely. We get the vocals, which are layered. Sometimes those vocals are offset, but other times they're kind of big, wide, and heavily reverbed, and they kind of, you know, fill up the entire space within the headphones. Then we go from that into a completely stripped back, nothing but beat and synth-led track. It's bouncing all over the place, it's got its own rhythm, but it is absolutely banging, man. And what's good about it is it doesn't detract too much from what we heard in the lead up to it. And, you know, another thing that does is that when the chorus does come back in and those strings are there, and it just makes it feel all the more warmer and richer and just enjoyable. And then the final thing for me is, and, you know, this is something I picked out in the video, is the two rhythmic patterns of that kind of the beat and the synth, and then the vocal delivery. And for me, it was the vocal delivery that was really leading that rhythm. I would be particularly interested to hear from you what one of those you were hearing. But listen, overall, it's an absolutely banging track, definitely going on the playlist. And yeah, what else can I say other than just it bangs. Okay, that's it from me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one.